YouTube? As we do it all straight from the garage. We outside again today. Got a 2020 Kia Sorento. I believe it's a Sorento. Yep, V6. And today we are pulling the alternator. So I didn't see many videos on how to actually do this, the full process. And actually, anyway, first thing I'm gonna do is take off this negative battery cable. We don't want no juice. Make sure that's out of the way. Next thing I'm gonna do is, if you look down here, you really can't see the alternator, but let me get a flashlight. Move this out the way. You look down here, okay, probably can see now. This rubber boot, move it to the side. There is a 12mm bolt that has to be moved. Okay, yeah, there's a 12mm bolt on top of the alternator, and my finger, let me see, right here, that 12mm bolt has to come off, so I'm gonna remove this bolt and then I'll come back. All right, so I don't know if you can see, we got the cable removed. Let me get down there. Yeah, so that cable's removed, the 12mm bolt is off. So now I'm gonna go down to the bottom. Everything else I'm doing is gonna be from the bottom, except for the top alternator bolt. Anyway, I've already removed the tire, and I've already removed the fender liner. Now, you may or may not have to do this, but for me, it's just easier to do. So right now, what I'm gonna do is take the belt off, and I'll show you. All right, as far as the belt is concerned, this is the tensioner. You want to get a 19mm socket on this bolt right here. I'm gonna try to do this with one hand if I can. You want to come towards the front of the vehicle. All right, so I like this wrench because it has a link where you can extend it. Anyway, you want to pull down. I'm not going to be able to do it with one hand. I'm sorry about that. But anyway, you want to pull down, and once you get it down far enough, you can remove the belt off of this AC compressor. This AC compressor has to come out to get to the alternator. So I'm gonna go ahead with my wrench, pull it back, remove this belt, and I'll be back. All right, so I got my belt out of the way. I'll go ahead and take it off of the alternator. All right, so now we have access to our AC compressor and to our alternator, which is up here with this pulley attached. I'm gonna remove this pulley right here. It's a 14mm bolt, and I have a wrench that I'm gonna use. I'm gonna remove it just because it's in front of the alternator, and I just want to have a little bit more room. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that pulley off now, and I'll be back. All right, so now that we got our pulley removed, you see right there, and we got to start dealing with this AC compressor. So I'm gonna remove this wire here. It's just a pull-in clip. Got another wire here, pull-in clip. And got another wire up here, this gray one. And that's also a clip, push and pull. I said pull and clip, I'm sorry, I meant push and pull. Now we got those wires out the way. We got 4 12mm bolts we gotta get off. 1, 2, and 2 up top. The 2 up top are not difficult, but one of them's not, one of them is. So let me pull. Actually, I'll do that one first, since there's tension on the since it'll keep tension on the air compressor for the AC. So let me get my tools and I'll be back. Okay, so here's the part, probably the most difficult part of the job, is getting this bolt. Let me see. This top bolt, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's, let me see. It's right up here, right on top of this AC line. So what I'm gonna use to get that is a swivel ratcheting 12mm and another wrench on the end of it for some leverage. I'm gonna get that set up and I'll kind of show you how I got it set up. So this is my setup. I have my 12mm, it's on the bolt, and I have this other wrench attached to it for leverage. Okay, because this bolt is really tight and it's not really in a spot where you can get to it. You can kind of see how I have my swivel set up here. So what I want to do is just hold this end with one hand because you don't want it to slip and strip. And then I'll put pressure on this end and I should be able to break it. Let me see if I can set you guys up. Hopefully you can see right there. Anyway, got these two together and we're loose. And once you get it loose enough, then you can discard that wrench and you can just work it out from there. So hopefully that'll help, because this is like the worst bolt design ever. And it's not gonna come all the way out. You're probably gonna have to just get it to where it's not bolted to the car and just leave it in the hole, because it's gonna hit the line. So hopefully y'all can see that. If you did, you kind of saw what I did. But right now it's loose, so I'm just taking it off, and once I get it out, I'll come back. All right, now that I got that bolt out, now I gotta work on this one. Let's see, this one right here, 12mm socket, and a ratchet will get that one off. Then I have this one here and this one here, and this one you're gonna have to get with a wrench also, just because of where it is. So these two on this side are wrenches, you can get these two with ratchets, 12mm. Get those out, I'll be back. All right, now that we got our bolts out, there's a wire harness that you have to pop out. It's on the side of the compressor right here. Just want to pop that out. And now the compressor, ooh, that hurt. Sorry about that, my thumb. Now the compressor should be able to come out. And you can just let it hang right there. And there's our alternator. Now you're probably saying to yourself, that alternator looks new. Well, it is. I actually replaced it yesterday, and I believe we got a bad alternator, so we're taking it back out. It wasn't putting out, it was only putting out 6 volts. So we're taking it back out. And I did a video yesterday, but it was the reverse order, so I figured, hey, why not come back and do the regular right video today? So there's our alternator. Only thing left holding it in, okay, let me see if I can do this. We got a wire right here. Just push it down and pull it out. Let's see. And these are a little difficult to get with one hand, but this wire right here, you push down and back and you pull it out. So let me get that and I'll come back. All right, so got my wire out. You just push down on the end of it and pull it. I got a little tool that I use to do that, so it makes it a little easier. Now we got to remove this 14mm and one up top. You can take this pulley out after you get the alternator off, so don't worry about that. Well, I do want to point out these fittings right here. These are pressure fittings. So what they do is when you tighten this bolt, they pull in and they seize up against the engine. So the alternator, once you take these bolts out, it's not going to move. You're going to have to get a screwdriver or a pry bar or something and get it in here and try to work it out. I got a pry bar, so hopefully I can stick my pry bar in there and just pry it out. But basically at this point, 14 mil here, and then we'll go up top and do the other one. So I'll be back. All right, now we're at the top of the car. I just wanted to show you this other 14mm bolt. It is right, you get this right here. That's the one in the top. So get that one out, and then I'll come back. All right, so I got both bolts out, and I can show you what I was talking about earlier. Even though the bolts are out, this thing is not moving because of those compression fittings. So what I'm gonna do, I'm We'll see if I can do this with one hand, but I don't promise anything. Put my, let me see, make sure I got you guys in here. All right. Put my pry bar in here. Excuse me. And I'm gonna push and push. Man, I'm sorry about the camera, but you can see it's moving now. Now I have it loose from the bottom. So what I gotta do now, I'm gonna need both hands, is basically wiggle it back and forth while pulling down so I can release the top. And once I do that, the alternator should be out. So let me do that and I'll be back. And just like that, the alternator's out. So there it is. Let me show you something on this pulley real quick before we get out of here. So the alternator, you can see this pulley right here is on the bottom. All you want to do is take a screwdriver, stick it in here, and you can see this is just a cap. 14mm bolt, you run that off because you're going to put that on your new alternator when you put it in. These are the compression fittings I was talking about. And so basically what happens is, let me grab this bolt. Once you put this bolt in, oh, this is not the bolt. Hold on, let me grab the right one. Okay, so once you put the bolt in and tighten it up, once this gets tight, it pulls this in so it's sitting on the frame or sitting on the engine. So that's the reason you got to use a pry bar or something to get it out. And then to put it back in, everything is in reverse order. So just take your time. When you do put it back in, I'll give you a quick tip. You can go ahead, before you even put the alternator up there, you can go ahead and put this bolt in right here. And I'm gonna show you why. Don't put it all the way in, just enough to get some meat on it. And then if you look, right here, there's a slot. So you can slide the alternator with that bolt in this slot and tilt it up. Tighten it down until it won't move anymore, and then you can put the top bolt in. It just makes it a little bit easier. So hopefully this helps somebody out there. I know with this AC compressor in the way, some people said you had to take the AC compressor out and release the refrigerant. You don't. You can get it out. It's just gonna take a little time and perseverance. So as we do it all straight from the garage, we outside today. I appreciate y'all. Peace.